again. Oh, we might live. I think so. Yeah, good afternoon once again. We're here with another Smite patch notes. Corrupted Arena is going to be the latest patch coming at you. And joining me on to start things off.
What's up, Hindu?
Good man, Pom Pom.
Hello. How you doing?
Good?
I'm doing pretty good, actually. It's been a pretty good day. I got my caffeine in me, so I'm good to go.
Well, we've got a lot to go through. We're going to start things off with a little look at the card art for the skins we've seen this patch. We're going to game later on to look at those skins and how they look in game. But for now, let's have a look at the card art. We're going to start things off with the Noble Esports Zeus skin. That's going to be available in this patch, and it's part of the SPL, and all the teams generally end up getting one if they stay in the league long enough. And this is going to be the Zeus one.
That's a pretty good skin.
Cool. I like the color scheme that they have.
Not just the Zeus though, we also have more coming at you. We've got Sun-Kissed Amaterasu is the next on the list. I've not seen any of these yet, so I'm going to get
that's pretty weeby.
So that's like kind of the beach, the summer theme once again, right?
I don't know,
that's cool.
man. That feels like
looks pretty enough.
That feels like young AMA, dude.
Moonlit Ranger Artemis skin.
That
pet looks. What happened to Tusky?
He's just a dude. I guess he's not a dude. He's a boar. But he's not really
a
boar. I don't know.
That is
some monster.
That is hot, dude.
Not only that, we
that Tusky was gnarly.
Earl Woobert Saint Kong Free Sun Wukong.
Yeah, you got that first try. Good job. That's it's another gentleman skin.
I love him.
The name is awful. The
skin I love him already.
The name is great.
Oh please,
I love him already.
Earl Woobert Saint. Kong.
That's why we have to type that in every time we want to purchase it. You just click the button.
I know. We could just make it simple. Sun Wukong and a Fez would have been better.
Nah.
Fez Sun Wukong.
Nah.
That would have worked. Next up is Dragonkin Skadi. Going to be available in this patch too. We'll have a look at the card.
Oh
my
god.
Insane effects.
That looks really good.
I'm so excited to like be in the back showing this off.
Okay.
This is like a Game of Thrones skin, you know what I'm saying? They're like people like Daenerys Targaryen. They like dragons.
Coming at you too. There's a little look.
Oh my!
We got a bit of dragon theme here.
Come on.
Yep, but this one.
Come on. The dragon theme is in right now.
Well, I mean,
it's in.
Obviously,
yes.
The patch is called Corrupted Arena.
No,
we don't have to elude anymore, Pom Pom.
It's still a secret.
Well,
Dracarys.
Give the game away. Not only that, we also have, yes, we teased it, we showed it.
Skins.
It's fabulous. It's Chiron, and he's fabulous.
Oh my lord!
It has.
I beg your pardon.
I love it, dude.
That was the
I love it.
Yes, it was.
I could have chosen.
Yes, it was. And of course, we will also have some Wukong mastery updates as well, I believe, so we'll be able to see those. I'm not sure if we've got the card. Oh, we do! They look nice.
Damn, dude. Wukong is hot.
We did the gentleman skin, so the master's got updated as well.
So that's all the skins. It's time to get on with the main part of the show now, which is going to be all to do with the balance section, first of all.
Yes.
A lot of balancing this week, Pon.
Yeah, there's the year characters are going to have to kind of work this one out, I think there's going to be a lot of people trying to decide what the best build is now.
Okay.
Just a little bit spoilers, but...
Well, we'll start off straight
mixing
away
up
with
our builds.
changes.
I just got used to my support build. I just made it.
It's going to be triumphant chests, first of all. We've updated the descriptions to make it more clear what items are contained in each of these chests.
Cool.
Yep, there was some confusion of people getting certain items, and we just want to make sure it was really clear what items were actually in that chest.
Next up is consumables. We fixed an issue where players with a full consumable inventory could purchase consumables while dead, resulting in the item disappearing and the player losing gold.
That's unfortunate.
Yes, this was like you have that 3k pot, you have your double wards, you're dead, you're like, I need a 3k pot now. You go to buy it without realizing you have a full inventory, gets consumed, and you just lose that 3k gold. That is fixed now.
And the final miscellaneous
change
is
an issue
for the ranked.
That is a bug.
Yes, we had a bit of an issue with that, but it's been fixed now. Bank time has probably been decreased to 60 seconds, down from 90 because of the
the pre-planning phase.
Yeah.
Make up for
oh
that.
boy, the pre-planning phase.
On to gameplay changes next, and the gameplay changes
helpful.
will start off with a bit of love for Arena here. For all you Arena mains out there, we're going to increase the gold spooling. A few people have been asking for this, Pon, but it's going from 6 to 8.
Yeah, it was just a really bad feeling when you were a solo player and you had that like Rada to Hoodie just finished and 5 tickets are left, and by the time you're walking out of the base, they all die. Then you don't even get to use that Rada to Hoodie. So now you can actually finish your build.
That's definitely a big deal for Arena.
Just to make sure that you can actually fight with that full item build, full power. So
who cares? It's Arena.
I
mean, literally everybody cares because that's what everybody plays. But the point being.
And the last gameplay change is going to be to Conquest. Small change here. It's going to be towards those mid-harpies that we did. Increase the experience at the start of the mid-season patch, I should say. But we're going to revert that change, actually, and bring it back. The reduced XP and reward is going to go from 58 experience from each is going to be 55 instead.
Yes, what this essentially means is if you are a mid-jungler in the mid lane, you share the first wave, and then you go to share a mid-harpy camp, you won't hit level 2 anymore. anymore.
Right.
That was a change we made. We want to hit players hit level 2 as part of our overall adjustments for like Snowball and the mid-season Conquest changes that we wanted to do. But it was just a bit too limiting on strategies. People felt like they couldn't actually start in certain places. They felt like they were kind of railroaded into a certain path they had to follow. We want to make sure that there's variety in starting options that players have, and so by removing...
I actually liked that.
Okay, so there's a small little change to Conquest. Next up, though, is bug fixes. We've gone through the miscellaneous now. Sorry, I'm just getting my notes on it. There's so many notes today.
there's a lot of stuff to talk about.
Next up, bug fixes Vampiric Shroud. As you can see on the screen, fixed an issue where Vampiric Shroud would proc multiple times on certain abilities.
How does that always happen?
Yeah, if you were that third
I was abusing Jing 10.
Yeah, don't do that.
Well, I mean, I can.
Well, you can for now, but it'll be gone later.
Just this week only. That's all I've got time for. And on top of that, we've also done a bug fix for Shaman's Ring, Evolved Shaman's Ring. Fixed an issue where Ao Kuang's Wildstorm would gain the bonus damage early.
How does that even happen?
It would gain the bonus damage before it had applied the effect. It was a bit strange in the interaction, so we've just made it consistent with everything else.
Cool. That's the bug fixes for items. God, bug fixes, though. That's a different story. Arachne, Nightcrawler, fixed an issue where landing on unleashed monsters would not deal damage.
Thank you.
Makes sense.
Yeah, if you were... You ulted, you're just escaping on the go, let's kill these back harpies. You leap on them and you deal no damage. That's fixed, it does damage. Other leaps deal damage when you land on the camp, even if you're out of leashing range at the start. This now works that way.
RTO next up, a general fix for her. Fix an issue where RTO could lose the ability to basic attack or cast abilities. So that means she was balanced.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, when that happened, she was balanced. Heads up, we are nerfing her later in the patch.
How about we keep that in the game?
I just wanted to see, you should have left the heat there for a little while. We're going straight to the patch now.
We're good.
Kukulkan, next up on the list. He's going to get a Vent Anger small bug fix here. Fixed an issue where this could tick and extra time.
And extra time, yeah.
Where this could take an extra time. Okay, and fix an issue where this ability may not benefit from physical power. Oh,
yeah, so it was both it could benefit him and it could also hurt him. It's just now consistent damage.
There's so many bugs that they're fixing.
After that, it's Raijin. Yeah, he still exists. Raijin, charge tempo. Fix an issue where the last ability cast would not receive the cooldown reduction.
Okay.
Yep, and that was a pretty important part of his rework. So
another bug.
This really consistent pressure with his abilities. Yeah. But the last ability he used to proc that effect wasn't benefiting from it. So now it would actually get the full 2 seconds off of it.
Hey,
now it's time to move on then to items changes. The big meat of the patch, the balance section. It's mainly items this week that get touched.
Yeah,
right?
So it's mainly items for a few reasons. Largely, we wanted to make a big item pass, and we impacted like a specific item that had far-reaching effects. So we wanted to make sure all the items were balanced around that change. And then because all the items around it changed, God balance is going to be a little bit strange from itemization and how all that shakes out. So you'd rather make the item changes, see how that all pans out, and then make God and item adjustments as needed from there, rather than trying to preempt or preempt any of these changes.
Okay.
We did it for
it's a good thing they're fixing all these bugs, by the way.
We'll mention it later. But in general, we wanted to focus on items this round, not gods.
So the first item that's going to get a nerf this patch, first of all, is Iqval.
Yes. And this is the wide-reaching.
This is the wide-reaching one. Iqval. Decrease attack speed from 30% to 25%, but not only that, we've also decreased the passive physical power buff and debuff from 10 physical power per stack to 7 per stack. So that's a
hefty nerf.
Yeah, it's a 9 loss over, so when you have it fully stacked, it's a 21 power swing in your favor, so that's 42 overall swing. So it's pretty significantly reduced.
Because it was a very effective item, it was very cost efficient for the game.
Yeah, so Iqval is essentially... Hunters are all about synergizing stats together, and they want attack speed, power, pen, crit, strike, and this gave a huge amount of a whole bunch of them. And so not only was this good as a late game item, some people even kept it for a really long time as a 6 item rather than selling it, which isn't really where we want these tier 2 bridge items to be.
Sure.
But it also provided a huge early game benefit where if like the jungler came to gank you, you tried to box with the other hunter, they could trade with you, and if you didn't have it, you were at a huge disadvantage. So it was both really good early game and very good late game. We've adjusted the top end of the late game a little bit by reducing the attack speed. The boxing power and late game is also being reduced by the passive. We still expect it to be a popular item, but it won't be this linchpin of synergy.
You can't never sell it either.
You don't have to go up for the early game anymore.
You can still totally go it, but it won't be like the defining item of a hunter build.
So we mixed up a couple of extra things. Silverbranch Bow is the next one on this list, just so you know.
Very
similar to Iqval. Obviously, it's the same thing, but for the magical side of things, it's a reduction. So it's going to be very similar changes, if not the same changes. It's going to be 30%. Is it?
It's a little bit different in the debuff it applies.
Oh, okay, so it's decreased attack speed from 30% to 25%, and decreased physical power buff from 10 physical power to 7 physical power per stack.
Yes, but you're still shredding off that 15 power per hit that, that it was already doing. And that's mainly because we wanted to make sure that the power and the attack speed it was giving, which is the synergy stats for the overall hunter build, were reduced the same amount as Iqval, so you could just go Silverbranch Bow. But we want to make sure the boxing power stayed intact for fighting magical ADCs. We've seen a pretty big rise in magical ADC success. We still want this to be a counter item item to certain characters. So we're keeping that strength. We'll watch it closely. If it
they just keep nerfing hunters. They better buff them. I mean, they're giving them a Devo glove buff.
It didn't lose its power reduction debuff.
They just keep on nerfing those hunters.
Next on the list is the one that AJ linked earlier on this week, Cursed Gauntlets or Devourer's Gauntlets. The time together, Cursed Gauntlets is going to come down in cost from 1,450 gold to 1,400.
Which should make you easier to start with. As you get 2 potions.
Tier 2. Okay, and then on top of that, Devourer's Gauntlets is the changes for this. We're going to increase the physical power from 25 to 30.
Okay.
Also, the physical power buff per stack is changing. It was 0.4. It's going to be 0.5 per stack. Okay. But not only that, we're going to decrease the max stacks from 75 to 70. So this would mean that completed Devourer's Gauntlets would have a physical power from stacks from 30 to 35, but it would be a 1% loss in lifesteal from the stacks from 15% to 14%.
Yes.
But the other things are beneficial.
They literally cannot make up their minds on what to do on these items.
It's a bit stronger when fully stacked. I would say that generally losing 1% lifesteal to gain that 10 power overall is a buff for this item, especially being easier to build.
And what a weird set of things.
Devo gloves is a popular
just a
for
weird
characters, but it really, really fell out of favor.
So it's a total
as lifesteal
of
became less valuable due to a change we made
10
earlier
power,
on, where lifesteal couldn't you couldn't
minus
hit for
1%
like 200
lifesteal,
on a dead target and heal for
but
that
minus
amount
50
back.
gold at the start.
Heals you for the amount of damage you actually dealt to kill the target. And so lifesteal has really fallen back. So we're just giving this item a little bit of love, giving this item a little bit of more viability to start with, especially now that Ikvo is a little bit changed.
The only way that gets picked up is if hunters pick it up as a very first item.
The fact that you're losing so much
because it's 1,400 gold.
So
that's the biggest change.
The
rest of it's irrelevant.
Ikvo being a little bit weaker,
honestly.
But it's also coming up a little bit more.
If they're going to pick it up, it's because they're picking it up as the very first item.
Talking about other items in the Hunter tree too. Asi is the next one on the list. This could flex a little bit too to some other roles. We've decreased the cost from 1,750 to 1,700.
It's not bad.
And not only that, we're increasing the physical lifesteal from 15%
to
20%. Still keeps the rest of the stuff on it, obviously like the passive, but it's just being
just became a lot more handsome.
It's a 2-2 bridge item. It's actually getting the 1,700 gold all the rest are first off. So that's just kind of a nice even messaging across all of them. But then we're also increasing its strength because
there you go, hunters.
This is one thing that we saw a lot is people just really not valuing lifesteal a lot. Devo gloves being better already kind of helps that, but then this Aussie being a flex pick that you can pick up if you really need lifesteal. If someone's building a lot of if the backline warriors are diving, you need a little bit of health so you can actually stay alive before your guardians can peel for you. Or if you want to be sitting there and killing camps on your own and have that sustain or that boxing power in lane from lifesteal, this item is a strong flex pick now for that.
Next up is Bloodforge.
That's
That's going to get a very small cost reduction of 2,850 gold down to 2,800, so 50 gold off there.
Yeah, this is just a minor adjustment to make the item a bit more appealing. It's overall pretty strong, but it was very situational its usage. We're just bringing that cost down.
50 gold is not going to change your item. 50 gold and 5% attack speed.
Is the next on the list, and it is going to get a power buff.
We're buffing Exu?
35 power is on.
Okay.
Yeah, so I talked about this on Devo Gloves.
Sure.
As Ikvo came down, since hunters are so synergistic, other items had to come up to kind of make up for that power loss. Executioner gained 5 more powers that kind of make up for that Ikvo power loss and that Ikvo attack speed loss.
This is a lovely hunter patch if you're a hunter out there.
Yeah, that's why I said theory crafters are going to have to sit there and figure out what the build is. Is Odibo still a really, really powerful item?
Hunters are going to have a big smile on their face right now, and a couple of warriors are like, man, I'm not going to be as tanky and unkillable as I want to be.
Why not, I guess,
spoilers for warrior change.
Aussie builds coming at you hot.
Is going to be a cost reduction. 3,000 gold for Deathbringer, the dream.
Yeah, so
I can start that on the side now.
Yeah, you could. I don't know why you
genius.
would. I guess maybe if you're current and have that lifesteal.
Hey, you get that one crit and you swim into the victory then. So why's it coming down 200 gold?
So this is largely also with lifesteal. Crit was also very viable. A lot of hunter builds were maybe flexing one small crit out just for the extra DPS synergy. They were really committing to a full crit kind of build. And Deathbringer is like the big linchpin for crit builds. And we nerfed it a few times. We also reduced the percentage that it gave bonus from 50% to 40%. And slowly over time, crit really faded out. We want to make sure that hunters have these viable build options. If they want to go lifesteal, if they want to go tech, if they want to walk out big damage, making sure that there's items available for everyone to build so that they can actually succeed in building those items.
And talking about more crit, Poison Star is the next one on the list. That's going to go increase critical strike chance from 15% to 20%.
And so part of being able to build crit is having these situational items you can go to if the game changes around you. Because when you're committing to crit, you're committing really hard. So having these different options available to you, Poison Star is a utility option. Giving it the extra 20% crit chance makes it so that crit builds a little bit more consistent.
They're definitely giving little things here and there.
It's not panicking, but Titan's Bane is coming down in cost. It's going to go from 2,300 to 2,050, which is kind of like a revert to what we did at the start of the season.
That's actually
it's half revert. It was
nice.
What 2050 or 20
yeah,
or
2050, I think.
2,000. Like that's a bad way to say that.
2,000.
I don't speak for a living.
Hey,
anyways,
what a random item to touch on.
So it's kind of in between. Largely, it fell off as a pen option. We saw a lot of flat pen options like Brawler's Beat Stick. And this also limited players' abilities to deal with really tanky characters. We've seen the rise of 2 warriors going in the solo lane in the jungle. Yep. Part of this is because it's really hard to shred off that much protections, and so making this a bit easier to build is helpful for that. The additional change is also
when you go back to play support and they're like,
it's really
all the
hard
pen
to Siege of Phoenix,
comes
harder to
back.
Siege of Tier 2.
No,
is like the best item in the game for actually doing those things, and so making it a bit more attractive helps that.
Well, good news is if you are magical, you also have the same option here, just like Titan's Bane. Obsidian Shard is going to get the same thing.
God, really? Woo, Shard is hot now. It was already hot, dude. It's even hotter.
Very similar story.
They better buff something else, because Shard was still the go-to pen item.
Slight other changes. We got a lot of feedback saying that majors were a bit underwhelming. They're having limited farm in the mid lane due to like the amount of people there. Yeah. And so making these items a bit cheaper for them help them kind of excel in their late game role, which is to be able to blow people up. We also have another targeted change that kind of affects them in the direct matchup against warriors, but we'll get to that.
Stone of Gaia is the next thing on this list to go through as we stare at Pon's face. Yeah, we
lordy,
it's long. Pon's face as I do this. Stone of Gaia. We're going to be changing the passive, at least one of the passives on this. It used to be the knock-up one that we're talking about here. The new passive is if you are hit by a knock-up, knockback, pull, or grab, you will gain 10% of your maximum health over the next 10 seconds. This can only occur once every 90 seconds. Just so you guys at home know, you will still retain the ability to regenerate 2% of your maximum health every 5 seconds, but the old 1 second immunity when you get hit by a pull and you don't get health anymore has been taken away.
Might be crazy strong combined with warriors.
We were looking at the health tree as a whole, and we wanted it to be a high health item that had a really cool effect. All the other ones had it only had regeneration, which it was its identity,
that would be so much regen.
Feel impactful. So we added that knock immunity, and as we made changes over time, that really limited certain gods that really heavily relied on it. Fenrir, Ares, Tyr, Xingqian. By building this item and it being very difficult to knock off, unlike a Magi's Blessing where someone can just throw a CC out and pop it off, it was just too hard to remove, and it limited their viability. And we don't want a single item to do that to a god pool. We don't want a single item to be able to remove a character from viability.
Especially with their ultimates.
Yeah, it's their ultimates. So this now doesn't directly stop that from happening. You'll be a bit tanky. You'll have the 400 health. You'll be regenerating. You're regenerating bonus when you get picked up by Fenrir, but it's not that hard.
I think that's going to be more of a solo lane item than anything else. Combine that with the Gladiator.
Is going to take a bit of a nerf.
Oh my god! I thought it said
the 15 magical protections that were on it removed, but we also updated the item description to clarify that it gives 35 of both magical and physical protection. So you're still going to get the Shift to Shield passive for the magical protection, but you're not getting base magical protections. Is the big difference.
I thought
the item tree itself was physical power and physical protections, and then once you upgrade to shifters, it gave this passive that gave you bonus protections, but also got the 15 magical protection on it, which seemed a bit weird. And we were looking at that, and we were also looking at how warriors were being very tanky.
To be fair, shifters was already
and mages were struggling a little bit, and so we were like, well, what if we just remove the
It's still probably going to be a decent item,
now
honestly.
Mages, especially because mages are very front-up burst, they want to burst the characters at the start of the fight. They'll be bursting the warriors a bit harder because they'll have that less 15 protections, and then their hunter can come clean up when they're below 50%, when the warrior actually has that full protection back on them.
Okay, Gladiator Shield is also
nerf it into the ground.
Nerf 2, decrease physical protections from 45 to 35. So 10 off.
This is a very effective bridge item. As you can tell,
we've done a lot to the passive is what makes Gladiator Shield OP.
SILVERBRANCH and now Gladiator Shield. It was just a bit too effective. 45 protections, 15 power. The cooldown reduction and the heal are very potent stats, especially on a warrior. They could build it really early, get very tanky very quickly.
It's fine.
Because they have protection, they're self-healing. That's a lot of total effective health over the course of a game, especially for characters who could proc it really regularly. We like the playstyle that it encourages because it's this really cool poke, heal, sustain, fight playstyle. But it was just a bit too effective.
Okay, so that's been toned down a little bit. And then
good change.
If you're an assassin, you might like this one a little bit. Heartseeker's getting a bit of a love once again. We've not seen it for a little while. Heartseeker.
I don't even remember what Heartseeker does anymore.
By 100, it was 2,400. It's now going to be 2,300. But not only that, we're going to increase the physical power from 25 to
I literally do not know what Heartseeker does anymore.
It was, when just looking at the whole katana tree, every item felt like they really had their purpose, but Heartseeker was a bit underwhelming. It was pretty strong when we first introduced it. We nerfed it a few times into its current state. We're bringing it up again a little bit so that people, especially assassins who
I don't know if that's OP or
like
not.
We can buy this item.
I actually have no idea what it does.
And also, if you're a warrior and you want it to be really bursty, if you want your bird bombs to
comprehend
like
what it
incredibly hard, build this item, but you're not going to be as tanky. Especially
it's
because
Odin to build this item.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying it's fun.
You said build it on Odin.
Yeah, bird bomb someone for like all their health instead of like 80%.
It's not a hunter item, it's just an assassin item.
I mean, depends on what items you build. But it's a fun item. It has a cool effect. It has a lot of build synergy options. It was just a bit underwhelming. We're bringing it up so that assassins and maybe even warriors who want to flex into a more aggressive role.
Like hunters can't even build that.
So that's it for the
Didn't you say hunter? Hunters can't build horse.
Some of these have been pretty much expected to come through, just so you all know. Nothing too crazy. Start things off with the A's. Artio is the first one on your screen. You'll see that her Surge, her Maul Prey, her first ability for, you know, the switch up which you need. We're going to increase the cooldown from 10 seconds to 12 seconds for both these forms. Why?
So, Artio does two things very well. She stays in a fight by being very healthy, and she applies constant pressure for a very long period of time because she can constantly switch. She has 6 abilities. She almost always has one up to use at you, especially if she has some CDR. By increasing the cooldown, both her ability to sustain in a fight through her 1 on the Druid stance and her ability to deal damage during a fight on the Bear stance are limited a little bit more.
Okay. Not only that, though, don't worry, that wasn't the only change, but we're not overdoing it, as everyone seems to think we are. Entangling Vines, the Ferocious Roar.
Huh? There's a bit of salt there.
It always. You have to have a little bit of salt in the patch now show.
Yeah, we knew that one was
coming.
Only
go on cooldown
That's her cripple.
The duration finishes, rather than immediately going on cooldown. Hey! But not only that, in bear form, we've decreased the Ferocious Roar protection buff. It used to be 10 to 50, is now going to be 10 to 30.
Okay.
So protection reduction overall, as well as this cripple field is not going to be infinite.
Yes, so again with the previous thing, she stays in a fight very well by healing herself, and she does a lot while she's in the fight.
Those are good changes.
Being able to exert that
Those are all smart changes.
Multiple times.
Those are all using.
Was a bit frustrating to play against,
using
your character that relied on
your balanced brain
skills.
right there. Those are all good.
The window of opportunity for her to use that is lessened, as well as she's just going to get less protection in the fight, especially when she goes to stun someone and engage. So she'll be a bit easier to kill as well.
Next up is Camazot. He's going to get a
bit
good to his ultimate here in the early stages.
Increase
the damage per swoop from 140 scaling to 300, going up to 300, I should say, and then it's going to change to 120 to 300. So it's early game nerfs, but late game still the same.
Yep, late game still the same, early game nerfs. Largely, he was good at both stages of the game. His early game was very powerful because he had a lot of high damaging skills.
Sure.
Then when he ulted, it was very hard to answer back. He basically just ate all his damage, and his damage was really high. So we're toning that back down so that when he ganks you, you have a little bit more opportunity to live and survive, and maybe juke 1 or 2 shots or use an ability to avoid a shot.
Living's overrated.
Live through that versus just eating all the shots. But late game, we want to keep him the same, so we're just toning down one part of his kit so he's not nearly as good at like both stages of the game. And largely the frustration came from I'm mid lane mage or I'm a jungler, I'm fighting him, and then he just ults and he has a huge swing in his favor. So it's lessened now.
Okay. Second to last one, Freya is on the list. Would you believe it? We're going to be changing her base attack speed back to where it once was. It was 1.0. We changed it to. We're going to put it back down to 0.95.
Thank you.
But not only that, we're also going to look at pulse. We're going to decrease the pulse damage bonus. It was 30 to 70. We're going to drop that to 25 to 65.
I appreciate it. So we did a few things to Freya. Mainly, she was really low. When we first started talking about the community, thought she was really weak. Our stats also showed she was very weak. The reason she got so many buffs was because of that poor stat, like where she was.
Sure.
We buffed her in
itemization
and base kit, and that caused her to skyrocket really high up.
Can you just let the community know how high up she went, by the way?
Let's just say it's like top 5, like easy. So she went from bottom to top. We overdid it, especially as a hyperscaling mage.
We overdid it. You think, Pong?
Massive implications.
You think?
So
she became 100% ban rate.
Because attack speed she got, because that gave her an extra shot in the early game.
Sure.
And then we're also turning down the pulse-based damage so that she's not clearing as heavily as she was. But her itemization is still intact. Demonic Grip is still a very powerful item on her. Hasten Ring is much better now. It's still a very good way for her to chase down targets. So she should now fall in the middle spot, hopefully. But as a hyper-scaling, hyper-carry
some would say that Freya
started a little
from
bit
the
iffy,
bottom.
but this should put her in a much better space.
But we'll keep an eye on it as well, obviously, going forward. If it does need toning down or bigging up again, we'll look into it.
Yes.
For sure. And finally, last but not least, a bit of a preemptive one with this one. With Rama, because of all the Hunter item changes, we're going to just do a slight little touch to his Astral Strike here. We're going to decrease the bonus damage. It was 15 to 55. It's going to come down to 10.
I thought, for just a second, I thought they were buffing it.
So it's
that's good, yeah. To be fair, Rama is the best hunter in the game right now.
So we expect 2 things. One, the itemization changes that we made for him, Rom will benefit pretty heavily from. These kind of more heavier crit builds. He already has an attack speed stirred in his kit. His ability to clear really early and get that those stacks really quickly potentially could put Rom a little bit higher than other hunters.
Right.
As well as there was specific feedback that we had that his ability to clear the early camps, especially with Astral Strike being able to pierce through everything, was a bit too fast. So we're preemptively nerfing that down, as well as preemptively nerfing him for the itemization upgrades that he's getting.
Gotcha.
So we're going to watch him, and this is with all hunters. You notice that he's the only one being touched because we had like a secondary reason.
Yeah.
All hunters are going to have to figure out what their builds are now. All hunters are going to have to figure out what's good, what's bad. Some hunters are going to move up more than others. Some hunters are going to move down.
Crit Rama is good.
It's going to be all attack-based ones that could rise here. The ability ones are probably going to stay where they were.
It'll be interesting to see how that actually pans out.
Okay.
So we're going to watch it very closely. We'll make adjustments as needed for both items and hunters due to all these changes. But we didn't want to go too heavily in adjusting them because then we don't know if the adjustment we made to them was too much or if the itemization is too much.
Well, that's a patch.
Yeah, that's it.
That's at least the balance section, but it's not over just yet because we've still got plenty more to bring you right now.
Yeah, there's so many more sections.
First up, Corrupted Arena. I wonder what that could mean.
I don't know. I better get myself away from all those meteors. Whoa! They just got wrecked, dude. Yes! 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 I am playing free. Oh! We played arena, boys and girls. Whoop! Oh my god, it's so good. Oh no, they just got washing machine. This is amazing. What is happening? Oh, it's an adventure.
Well, well, well. We're back. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me on the desk?
Gotcha, man.
Cool.
I
can hear you. Sure that's up because I've just had a couple
that was great.
In the patch now so far.
Loving it.
Corrupted Arena. There's holes in the arena map, Travis.
Yes.
Why would you do such a thing?
Well, this is a new adventure, so we thought that we would take a lighter tone on this one, look at what we can do with existing maps. So we looked at arena, and we thought, what better way to change arena than to actually alter the map space that you're playing in. So, as you can see, you start where there's holes in the arena and you can throw people into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it still plays like arena, but there's some added features in it, basically.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Okay. So the best thing to first of all go over to is, from what I understand, Matt, you're in help with, in charge of all the map design and things like that. This map evolves as we play, I believe, is what I've heard. Is that actually more holes develop and things happen with the map as time goes on.
Yeah. So as you play the screen in the game mode, there are a couple spots on the arena map where you'll see like cracks in the ground.
Yeah.
And at some point in the match, that area could change.
Really?
Whether it be, a hole that develops or something just drops from the sky like you saw in the video.
Yeah.
Things like that can happen all around the map.
That's kind of cool.
I'm down for a little dynamic arena map.
Yeah, so with that as well, Clumsy, I mean,
and the post-pilot
looking at this, Clumsy, as well, and you played a little bit of the playtest of this. How does this actually end up playing out?
So I was watching the video there, and that's, I think, some footage from the playtest as well, and I was just smiling the entire time because there's a lot of holes that are already in the arena. There's ones that develop. There's all sorts of meteors that are falling. I don't want to go too much into it because it's something that's a little bit more randomized, this arena experience, and you want to feel it for yourself. So you want to take characters and gods that can push and utilize those arenas and those areas in the holes.
That's gonna be too fun, dude.
It's just a bunch of fun.
And you're an arena main yourself, aren't you?
Yeah,
so
I'm totally an arena main.
So now this kind of mixes
I
up
should
the
go
meta
home and play
a
arena
bit.
all day.
I heard as much.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, I'll play with you.
I know you want to swear at me, but it's tough. Like,
I mean, right?
It's my
I suck at arena too,
so
Quentin. It's all good.
A little bit more. So back to the actual.
You don't gotta be good at arena. You gotta be good at hitting so back block.
We always end up having some sort of like a buy-in option that can get you some bonus stuff and things. I heard something about shards that you earn by playing this mode.
Yes, that's correct. So in this mode, what we're going to do is, as you play arena, you will get points for the amount of time you spend inside the arena, and then you'll get some bonus points for winning the arena.
Okay.
So outside of the match, you get to use those points to purchase unlocks through different lost treasures from the Mayan reward section in the progress screen. I think we might have that image. I don't know if we can pull that up.
We'll see if production get that ready for us, but talking about it a little bit more with the shard thing.
Yeah.
So you earn shards by playing the game and just playing the game modes.
Yes,
and
that's
then
correct.
you use those shards to purchase potential things that are available, right?
Yeah, so there's 3 sets of basically like a chest.
Okay.
And each one of those chests has 8 items in each one of them. Okay. And as you earn points, you can use those points to roll in each one of those things. As you complete them, there's 24 total, and you can gain them all to get a completion bonus, which is an awesome chest. Now, inside of those chests, there's some really
awesome chests that they can't open.
Rewards.
Okay.
Including Ragnatosker. Oh, we have the screen now.
Oh, there we go. Awesome.
There we go.
So as you can see on the right side, you can see everything that's in the tormented treasure, And so you can see those 3 are the top 3. I think are the tier 1 skins. A couple of other things down there. And as you gain points and you spend on the tormented case, you get those one of those rewards, and as you complete them, you get the bonus.
Now you can see on the left-hand side there as well is the little actual package that you can buy for the adventure bundle.
That's correct.
Which will get you the Kukulkan Dragon's Rage skin, which we showed earlier on, and we'll show it in game.
You gotta buy the bundle to get the Kukulkan skin.
Shards, so you can actually unlock these quicker.
Yes, that's right. We're looking at
oh gosh, classic.
That's classic. Yes, basically you get 2,500 shards for
arena points.
When you purchase the bundle. That's okay. When you purchase the bundle, you will get an injection of 2,500 shards, and then you'll also earn twice as many shards while you play the game.
Oh, that's cool. So you can immediately use those shards that you've just got from unlocking the bundle to immediately buy stuff. That's right. That's right. And then we also wanted to include an option that if you didn't want to purchase into the bundle, but you still found yourself wanting to earn some of those rewards, we do also offer 2,500 shards for, I think, 200 gems is what we're going to go with. Okay, so you don't have the time to go for and grind out for all these skins and things.
Exactly.
You can just buy the shards for gems.
That's right. And in that corrupted case, like I said, there's 3 exclusive tier 3 skins in there. And so for 200 gems, you're basically getting something that costs 600 at the time. And so it's a really good deal if you only did that. But, you know, playing the game mode, if you're going to play the game mode, it's obviously best to just pick up the bundle and earn points twice as fast. And then on top of that, just so you know as well, when you do pick up the bundle, you'll get the gold key if you're part of the adventure.
I just want to bot people in the spots, dude. I don't care about the skins. I just want to bot people in the holes. I want to hear people scream as they fall down.
That's really cool. So what's the main aim? I mean, overall with this as well, Matt, I'm looking at the, the idea of the map and things. I don't want to show too much in game right now, but how long do the games last? Do they last the same length of time sort of thing?
Yeah, generally they last about the same length. You actually don't realize that the game is going on because there's so many events happening that their match is over before you even thought hey, I'm going to do this. So yeah, generally they're about the same, and they're also on a separate queue just for everyone out there who's queuing for this.
So normal arena still exists?
Yeah, don't queue for normal arena. It's really for this arena. We have a separate queue for this.
I mean, I was ready for the backlash there. That's all.
Yeah, we were afraid to change the base game mode, so yeah, we wanted to put
So clumsy God selection obviously changed in this. Have you seen any fancy, fun things?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of fun. I think one of the important ones. Who's OP? I mean, everyone's OP in their own way, right?
But I mean, obviously you want a displacer. If you're not throwing someone in the hole, you're doing it wrong.
As we saw in the video, this like Fenrir, you can ulti and you actually can take people to the holes and drop your ulti. And you can go Hercules, you can go Kuzumbo. I think one of my favorites is on her as well because he's got one of the only range displacement abilities, and I think Tyr as well, just blinking in, going in there with your Lawbringer, and just forcing people right into the hole as well. You got to be careful that you don't go along with them, which is really important.
I feel like characters like Tyr,
Ares ult, jump into the
hole. That's so fun. That's so cool.
Because I mean, it's fun.
To be fair, Kuzumbo's going to do that all the time.
That's so cool.
The hole of himself. I believe I saw F.dot playtest once and just kept running in going, I'm the best. It was good times.
Now there are some gods are banned.
Yes. Oh, I was going to say, is there any things not available?
Yeah, well, Kukulkan, because he's trapped.
He's in charge. It's kind of like the Nike game mode, Nike being in charge.
Yeah, yeah, and then like anyone with a pet, generally, so we've got
they do some funky stuff.
Erlungshen, Scotty.
I think Scotty as well.
Even Chunga, the poor bunny.
I know.
The bunny bugs out?
Yeah, if you throw her and the bunny go in there, the bunny
just never comes back.
Killing bunnies has always been a dream of mine. I'm joking.
Rip the bun, dude. It's all over. The bunny can't handle it.
And then we also have some new banned items. So obviously the fun of this game mode is to throw people in holes. And Magi's blessing doesn't let you do that.
So that's true. That's true.
We're gonna remove that. And then unfortunately we banned Stone of Gaia, but I didn't know about the patch.
It's fine. You guys. So this shows that some of the comments like they plan ahead of time. You guys have banned Stone of Gaia, but then we've just changed it. But it's still out of the game anyway.
We might bring it back. We might not.
Yeah.
We'll work that one out. This looks great though. Is there anything we've not touched on to do with it that we should be looking at?
Well, there is one other thing. This is the 4th adventure?
Is it the 4th?
Yes. Yeah. So we'll be having
4 already.
It's been 4.
We'll be having one more adventure coming towards the end of the year.
Okay.
It's gonna be really exciting. It's kind of why we went light on this one because this next one is gonna be pretty epic.
I trust you, Travis, too.
It's pretty sweet.
To be fair, Travis, when you say something's good, I'm like, okay, maybe it is.
It's going to be pretty exciting, and that will be the final one.
Okay.
And something that I wanted to touch on here and put in some of the descriptions in the game is that if you owned all 5 of the bundles, then you will get the bonus key at the end.
Right.
So
okay.
that way, if anyone is like someone that just want to collect everything, they will have an option to get that if they've already purchased into the bundle.
So if there's one that you guys were waiting on at home and you don't, you were trying to wait for the next adventure, you will at least be able to get that if you've already unlocked all the bundles before. Yeah. That's cool, gentlemen. Absolute pleasure as always. I look forward to seeing how the
I imagine
goes
that
on. That's fantastic.
the last one is going to be
next
like
on my list is
a more
community
epic version.
The guys are standing by. I forgot who it was. It's David and Zach.
The MMO Smite that we have. Because of how popular it was,
how you doing?
I bet you that they just took time off of this one and made it super light. I actually predicted this.
We're doing okay.
That they would take the time off and do this really little. So the next adventure, they would do the MMO one and they would make it huge.
That's right.
They would have twice as many bosses or whatever it is.
So you can
also
earn a bunch of triumphant chest unlocks, and everyone can be a big-headed baby.
Hey, I like that. I wonder if you got that on for the Chiron. I wonder. I heard you were involved in the making of that voice pack as well, David. Is that true?
Yeah, Tina actually let me sit in on the recording session, and I helped pepper in some homosexual memes into his voice pack.
You and Tina basically made a voice pack together?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to listening to this one, I'll tell you that much. And Zach, alongside that, what else we got going on?
We still have the community skins on sale for 50% off, so that's the Midnight Dove O'Wheelish and the Fallen Lord.
Give me some Kappas in the chat.
50% off, okay.
Where's my Incon fabs?
Later on as well.
And
Zach,
my Kappa prize, dude.
On screen now too?
Get them in the chat right now. Get them in the comments on YouTube too.
I do know.
I want them everywhere.
This is the first time we've actually been together-ish on a cast.
Intentional. I wanted to give you a good send-off. That's why.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I thought you just didn't want to roast me.
No, it's an intro and an outro in one.
Yeah.
I get to say hello to you for the first time and goodbye to you for the first time.
Yeah. So if you guys want to kind of follow me, I'm really thankful to Hi-Res for everything, the opportunities they gave me, and I'm still gonna be doing my Retake SPL, which is my esports show. So if you want to follow that, I'll still be doing that on Wednesdays, and really interested to see where the opportunities take me after this.
Okay, well, congratulations. Good luck in the rest of your career and stuff. Shame production didn't get a sellout lower third for you, so we could all just witness that. But you guys, thanks so much. Hopefully, if you want to tweet at them, you can go ahead and do so. David, Zach, thanks very much. But it's time to come straight back to the desk because I've got some 3 other wonderful guests joining me this week and 2 who haven't been on the desk before.
This is a weird patch notes.
And Isaiah.
Hey.
Isaiah, you work in the console community team,
Yes,
correct?
I work on the console team as a QA analyst.
Oh, so you're the main guy that fixes all the issues the guys have.
Try to.
And Savvy, you're the punching bag for all the issues.
I am. I'm the one that they scream at when stuff goes wrong.
Now, the reason these 2 are joining us on the desk today alongside AJ is to go through project. I'm not going to say hello again. Well, you're here all day.
Oh, yeah.
You're here all the time. Hey, AJ's back.
Thanks, Cindy, for introducing me.
I
really appreciate
that.
that.
Next to me, by the way.
It's good to be back. Thank you.
It's the first time ever. Project Olympus is what we're going to be talking about next. And we did mention about Project Olympus. It was going to be over a couple of patches that we're going to be updating things. And this one, guys, is all about console.
Somebody's breathing.
Yes. Oh, but we have one other special treat.
Oh,
we do. It's a pretty big treat.
Well,
yeah.
Let's start off at the top with, I guess, AJ, your big special treat.
New Smite game website. Okay. This is something we've been working on for a really
new
long
Smite game
time.
Website.
Yes, this is something we've been working on for a while. This is something the community's been asking for a long time.
You mean
so
a decent
here you go.
website?
On SmiteGame.com, you're going to see a complete visual overhaul.
Okay.
It looks very different, really nice.
I've not seen
much
it yet,
more modern. All new updated information about gods and items, even a really cool item builder tool on there.
Oh,
so,
really?
go get on there and check it out. And the patch notes today will be posted on the new website. That'll be up and running today. So be ready to see it.
So set out smitegame.com and have a little look at the new website when that comes out. Isaiah, first thing to mention on the Project Olympus changes as well is we were talking about this, it's been mentioned, but new controller options are now going to be available.
We've got 3 new, very exciting controller options coming to console. The first one is going to be the ultimate toggle use on the shoulder buttons. So if you're playing on Xbox, RB, LB, PS4, R1, L1, so it's going to be an option to let you turn off that ultimate usage. One thing that's been in Smite since the release on console that some people may not know about, if you're on the Savage or Lefty control scheme, if you press both shoulder buttons at the same time, it's actually going to trigger your ultimate. Some people like that a lot, and then some people are like, I don't like this, I'm always using my ultimate.
But now
so we're
you
giving
have the option.
Exactly. Right. So yeah, we're going to let players turn this off. They don't like it. If you do like it, just keep it on, and it's going to work the same.
So win-win. You don't lose anything, but you gain options.
Exactly.
That's the main thing. What's the other one then? Is it aim acceleration?
Yes. Ooh. So the other one is kind of a 2-in-1. We're giving players the option to kind of fine-tune their sensitivity. That's cool. So if you are playing on console, we're going to give you
Is it just me, or is there somebody breathing heavy into the mic? I swear, I'm either going crazy or there is some serious breathing action going on.
You know the nature of Smite. since it's third person, it's all about, you know, hitting skill shots, turning very quick, and we wanted to give players on console an option to kind of, you know, find that sweet spot.
And fair credit to those console kids, because some of those are really difficult on console with these some abilities.
You got to keep up with the pace.
Watching SEL, some of those players, man, they do some crazy stuff.
Crazy. If you did realize how difficult that was. But sadly, not just controller options, is it?
No.
We've also going to have some player stats on it.
That's right. So now coming to console, when players are in-game, you'll be able to reveal, or not reveal, you'll be able to see certain stats on your HUD while in-game. So you'll be able to see things like movement speed, attack speed, anything, any item you have equipped, and how that helps your build. Like, it'll be there on your HUD.
Yeah, you're going to be able to see the benefits of your item build in real time without having to open up the store.
That's awesome. And then not just that, we've also got social improvements as well, right?
Yes, this is a big one. We wanted to find a way for console players, because communication is kind of limited on console. We wanted to find a way to kind of help players connect and play together. So in the end match lobby, we're going to add 3 options. The first one is going to be, you choose a player that you like. Maybe they carried you in game. You're going to be able to invite that player to your party.
Friendship.
Exactly. You're going to be able to invite a player into your clan, or you're also going to be able to invite a player. You view their profile, so you can add them as a friend on console right from the in-match lobby.
Because sometimes you weren't able to do that before, and you'd have to go and manually search them up and try and
you kind of have to fumble through the menus. It's going to be all in the end-of-match lobby.
Yeah,
that's really
super
cool.
easy. You don't have to leave the game anymore.
Exactly.
Which is really nice.
Really cool. Not only that, still going on with Project Olympus, we've also got the point value to God leaderboard for console is coming. We've got it on PC already, sadly, right? But
that's right. So
we're doing the same thing for console.
Yep, easy peasy, just porting that feature to console with 415.
And what is that just for the console players out there that are not sure what it means?
It's basically a visual representation of your progress on the leaderboard.
Okay.
So you'll get points for wins, and you'll deduct points from your leaderboard status for losing. So.
And then finally, on the Project Olympus section, which is quite big this week, I'd say, is the PC UI memory improvements, AJ.
Yeah, so this was an issue that certain PC players would notice on a little lower-end machines, or if you're playing on low settings with a lot of the UI textures. They would have some issues loading. Sometimes they would look strange, maybe even slow down your performance. So we did a whole overhaul on that. It should be nice and smooth and looking good now.
Awesome. So that's all the change for Olympus. That's pretty good stuff.
Lots of stuff, especially for console.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, really good
Yes, shout out to all my thumbstick warriors on console.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get Isaiah back in the future, because you did a good job today.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Well-spoken
Thanks
young
for
man.
having me on.
I've been sending tweets his way whenever I can.
Yeah, keep tweeting at Isaiah. He always likes to help out. But that's it for the Olympus section. We've still got more things to show you. But before we get onto the skins right now, have a look at one of the new contestants we're about to release on the caster.
I'm Ron Jobert. I'm John Osment. John Robert Osment. And I don't know if people know this, but you know, when it comes to Ron Jobert, the name, it was really hard to come up with, because you take John Robert, and it's like a spoonerism, you know, you have to flip the R and the J. It's Ron Jobert.
That's fantastic.
That took me $7,000 to get in real life, like, because of royalties. I'm not even sure I'm allowed to say it on camera. I started with Smite because I played beta. The first god that I remember being in Smite, being new, was Ram. My friend and I played together, and all we would play was Match of the Day.
I don't know what's happening.
And we started playing because we saw these, I think it was YouTube videos, like Achievement Hunter or Rooster Teeth in general. They love like playing Smite and doing the videos.
What is he doing?
That kind of thing. And I like started playing it, and I like love playing Loki, and just being one of those guys is like, Loki in Arena is actually like sick. Like this.
I just realized that I hate him.
Well, there you have it. A little look at Ron Jobber. I showed up my mother-in-law a picture of Ron Jobber. You know what she said?
What?
What?
He looks like a Volkswagen with the doors left open.
I don't really get it, but okay.
Oh, you will. You will, eventually. But I was like, yeah, kind of does. Kind of does. Now, judges in the desk, we've replaced Isaiah with Chuck, the legendary Chuck, who's sitting miles away from me today. How you doing, Chuck?
Oh no, it's weird. I'm on the end of the desk.
I'm sorry.
Over there.
I got this new position right here.
Confusing now.
Generally, what it is like you put the most important people on the outsides, and then it moves in. You know, that's the main thing.
I don't know where he got this logic.
It's just because it was easier to switch to the end. Anyway, it's because yes, exactly. It's because I'm on the outside. Skin time, boys and girls. It's skin time. Won't you show some skins of mine? Noble Esports skin is the first one on the list. We saw the card out earlier on. We can see it again. He looks mighty.
I don't know how you don't shout out to the sunglasses at the first.
All right.
First call out. I mean,
to be fair,
those are dope.
I see the Noble shirt, and the Noble shirt looks awesome. So, After seeing that, I didn't even notice the shades on top of it.
I mean,
and we also continued our esports trend of making sure the rest of the outfit synergizes with the shirt.
Hell yeah, because in the old days we just kind of threw a t-shirt on things, right?
It's true, and then you ended up with like on her who's got a shirt and no pants, and you're just
he's Catman.
Like what?
Yeah, I can see the gold and black trim on the robes to go a little better with the noble.
That's pretty good.
And, yeah, it looks
as far as you know, teams can
part of
go.
Chest, what are the esports chests for that team as well? I'm guessing more than like with a skin. Yeah, it's a little bundle thing that you get where you get that and skin. So not chest. I don't know why I said chest. I just got the whole community panicking.
Yeah, careful.
The bundle. I know. Whoops, I'm having a couple of mistakes today. But that's it. That's a look at the Zeus one. It's time to move on to Sun-Kissed Amaterasu, where we can go in game and see this one.
Pretty fast.
This is very
Smite.
Yes.
Yep. So it's summer of Smite.
Such Smite, much Smite.
I love the sunflowers in her hair. This is so pretty.
Yeah, we wanted to kind of, stay with the core Amaterasu theme. Give her a summery outfit,
Yeah, it's unlucky.
Summer.
It's a classy summer outfit.
Yep.
It looks good.
I like this one.
Now, do the abilities change with this one too? I don't know what
yes.
skins these are. That's why I was checking with you because I'm not.
Like 14-year-old AMA.
Skin, yeah.
Oh, fancy. Well, when Pompon's ready.
So if you want to be a little more ladylike.
It's legit like freshman high school AMA.
She's a leader and she's elegant, so this skin
freaks me out a little
bit.
I agree.
She's like tall Jing
touches of class with her, really, is all you really need.
You know, like the
Morgan got the bikini skin, that fits Morgan better. Amaterasu got the
bathing suit
skin?
That's right, she's a little classy.
I guess is what I'd call it.
Just check with production real quick that the sound is louder for the viewers at home, because it's quite quiet in my headset, but that's okay. It's okay with me, as long as the stream can hear it. That's the main thing.
I like the mirror, too, and I like how that's kind of reflected in the ground effects right there. Oh,
if she's 14, you're 14.
You gotta hit some targets there, Pon, so we can see the escalation.
Pon doesn't hit targets. Have you seen him in a playtest?
Oh, I have. He goes 20-0 with Thanatos.
Sorry, he's gonna crush me next time I play now. He's just gonna focus me in game because I said that.
Y'all are nasty, dude.
Bad games, but
Jingwei's older sister? I can see that. I can see that.
It's delicious.
Little flowers too.
The mirror projectile.
Let's call her 18. That's not how that works.
Got a voice pack too, I believe, so we should have a listen to that. Okay, there's
You're
more
so
than
cool. You're so cool. Oh, yeah. I'm just a ray of sunshine. Oh, you think you're cool, don't you? Socks and sandals? Really? Why didn't Ganesh buy a suitcase for his vacation? Because he already had a trunk.
I knew that was coming.
You could tell it was coming.
Yep.
Osiris not go on summer vacation? Because he is too afraid to relax and unwind. He is a mummy, get it?
Wow. with the joke sale, the explanation.
Get me out, get me out, get me out. Get me out and take me to Moonlit Ranger.
I think we had some Tina action on that one.
I'm so looking forward to seeing what Tusky looks like, because on the card he looks amazing.
Yeah, he's like a...
He is kind of like a land shark type.
He's so cool.
I like that term.
Who cares about Artemis in this game? It's all about Tusky.
Like, what does that look like?
I love the look of that bow as well.
Land shark.
It's a prehistoric
monster that fits on the pig.
It's not a dinosaur.
A little bit reptilian, a little bit dinosauric.
So she's got a sort of evil elf look to her, is how I would describe it.
I honestly don't care about her. I just want to see Tusky.
Oh, yeah.
Description.
Was that the aim?
Yeah, pretty solid.
The aim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, finally added Dread Ranger.
Yeah, she's got a definitely different hairstyle too. So yeah, we wanted something that was very diverse from base Artemis in color scheme and overall appearance.
Ooh, I like the effects colors already.
It feels very Rama-like with the auto attack, honestly.
Tasty.
How do the traps look?
Hidden in plain sight.
Like more mystical vines.
Yes,
definitely.
mystical cave vines.
Classic empowered version.
Yep.
Yeah, the stim effects on the bow look cool.
And now one of my favorite abilities up next, ready? Because of its name.
Suppress the insolent.
Yeah, what a name.
You are so insolent, too.
I can't help it. That's why I'm hired here, I think, more than anything, to be slightly insolent.
You're also always suppressing those insolent people on Twitter and Twitch and etc. So
or AJ if it's hot enough.
I get insolent sometimes.
So you can see the ability's actually been hit now as well. Just yeah, looks good. Good job, Pop. Hitting abilities. It's good to see.
Getting molested by some vines there.
And then, well, is it really still called Tusky? Do we still call it Tusky? It's not a Caledonian boar anymore.
Well,
that's
a
weird.
Oh my god! It's like a big roly-poly!
Yeah.
It is!
He just went over and started munching a Cyclops.
It's like a really big roly-poly! I love it.
That's why.
Yeah, can you maybe cast him away from some stuff, Pon, so we can just like scope him out a little bit?
Yes.
Because you know, he does the
We
classic.
are going to be friends.
If you miss.
Yeah, he likes to run around.
The
a
bane
bit,
of all Artemis players is the sit down.
That looks amazing.
Oh, I really like this. Yeah.
Look at the size of it.
I love the armadillo
So
scales
good.
and shell. Really cool.
Yeah, it's like he has a little exoskeleton. Like,
Yeah,
don't want to mess
definitely.
with him.
That looks really, really good. I really
Love
like
it.
that. He's got a voice pack too, I believe. Can I have a listen to the voice pack?
Yes.
That was masterful. Woohoo! Outstanding. My skills are unmatched. You are not welcome here. Not while I draw breath. They're taking the halflings to Asgard. How many dwarves does it take to light a torch? 3.
Yo,
2 to bang their heads
shout
together,
out.
and 1 to catch the spark.
Yeah, some classic fantasy
What
references.
a good reference. What a quality reference right there.
Is it always just Tina who does all these top?
Oh,
Would you even admit it if it was you?
Me and Fish participate in a good bit of them.
And if they're bad, they just pretend it was Tina.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
It can be hard to tell if a joke's really going to land until you finally hear it in the final form. Sometimes it
You
even
can't
sounds.
use Tina as your scapegoat, though.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's me. You know, sometimes it sounds okay on paper and sounds bad in the booth, and we change it on the fly. Sometimes it just doesn't work out according to plan. You know, but most of the time I think they're pretty funny.
Well, it's time to move on to one of the longest skin names in the history of Smite. Earl Woobert St. Kongfrey.
That's such a good skin.
Let me help you with this.
Such a troll name.
Woobert St. Kongfrey. You get the Wu Kong in his name.
Woobert.
St. Kongfrey.
St. Kongfrey.
So you get Wu Kong in his name. And all gentleman names have long, extravagant titles with...
Listen. All I know is this monkey's got a fez on, and I'm happy.
Earl
Okay?
Woobert St. Kongfrey.
That's all I care about. He's got a fez.
Woobert
and he
St.
looks fantastic
Kongfrey.
in that smoker's jacket.
He's chilling hard.
Damn, he looks
That
good.
jacket. Look at the silky fabric.
God, this voice pack is this voice pack for me is going to be so important because it's like the perfect feel for it.
And his fez dangle even sways. He's got a very expensive looking staff and some fancy pants.
And the glasses.
I really like that.
Nothing like fancy pants.
So.
Yeah, did you see the glasses kind of get that reflection there too for a bit? That was nice.
Good. So Jigga Bang.
Money.
Gold money.
Literally money.
Love
He's
it.
rich.
He is. Yeah, these gentlemen's skins are generally a little...
He should lose gold as he does that.
They're a
just
little
so
pompous and arrogant and
flashy.
standoffish.
He's just throwing out gold.
I love the bump offset when he smashes the ground too.
What's a bump offset
The
check?
bump
Just for
offset pushes the pixels down in an illusionary way to make the crack look like it goes into the ground.
Oh, very nice. There's some
sick.
technical art learning for you
That
guys.
looks really good. I did see as well. Okay, so we get to see all the forms of the transformation. He's still got his fez on. That's the most important thing.
All
there.
of the animals wear
Nice.
hats.
They wear the hat.
And that was shown in our spoiler art.
Hell yeah.
Tiger with a hat on.
Just running around in the fez all day.
Ox with the hat on.
And then when you
Bird
need to
with a
escape,
tiny hat
Oh
on.
my
a
goodness.
bird with
A tiny hat.
Fez now in cosplay. I'm quite happy. I can now wear a fez because we've got it in the game. I'm like, yeah, I'm just cosplaying.
Now you can.
God, that jacket is so perfect.
Yes, it is. I need one.
It's a baller jacket for sure.
Now, obviously,
Ooh, that's a coin.
It's like a Chinese coin. Yeah.
Riches.
He's a very wealthy Sun Wukong.
Cha-ching.
Let's have a listen to
Much
the voice
wealthy,
pack that
much
goes along
wealthy.
with this skin then.
Oh, yes! Good day! I am unmatched! You have potential! Now listen here, primal Olympus. Observe my boomstick. Flattered, truly, but frankly, my dear, I'm not interested. You know they're working class when their TV is bigger than their bookcase. People tell me I'm condescending. That means I talk down to you.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
It's pretty good.
I like the jokes and so on. They're my favorite.
I like stuff.
Honey House is very...
It's Oh no, you too.
Well, next up is going to be Kin Skadi. This one is going to be part of the adventure.
This skin was alright. It was alright. It was pretty decent.
Door
but this skin,
to have a look at.
This skin looks sweet.
I believe it's probably Leon was very excited about.
It better be as cool as it looks.
Yeah, I mean, we've been wanting to do some more skins. We kind of experimented a little bit with Woojer a little ways back with kind of this, you know, dragon's armor. And then we, like, Scotty, we've always wanted to turn Calder into something a little bit more than a type of canine, so we turned him into more of this kind of dragon beast.
Oh my god. No!
You can see him in his elemental ethereal form, and when he starts fighting, he'll gain the black scales and golden horns of the Scotty armor.
So Chuck, how difficult is it to actually try and remodel? It looks like does that require a whole remodel to do this sort of skin to have the, you know, Scotty Calder change complete form?
So it is a little tricky. We try to keep the anatomy somewhat on the dog, and then, I mean, animation has to go through and do stuff, right, to get the dragon dog to work. But we try to be very careful about it, and try to make the craziest thing we can that still sticks on the animations. So it took a little bit of doing, but it's pretty awesome.
It's all fire focused, as you can see by the auto text. You can see the glowing, flaming spears.
That's good.
Great.
That's good.
And didn't you call Calder something different in this skin?
Yes, in all of Scotty's voice packs, she calls Calder by a different name. So he's the Saint Bernard. I think his name is Bernard, and here his name is now Smolder.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's a cool name.
That's perfect.
Yes.
I like that.
Calder being...
See, so you can see him now in his solid dragon form.
Although he can be a bit tough to see because he's chomping on that Odin.
True.
But
he's like a growing dragon form, though, isn't he? It's like his wings are on the way.
Yeah, he's a wingless dragon, really.
That's sweet.
See, it's not often that I do that, but I really hate when I go, ooh, because I'm just like, ooh, that looks fancy.
That looks nice.
Some slidey lava rocks.
Oh, that looks really cool.
Yeah, that same thing where, depending on where you cast it, you get slightly different cracks.
That still works with Scotty, just because when you step on molten lava, you've got to go,
right, obsidian. And obsidian is slippery. You know, it's a slippery
That's true.
rock.
It's a lava flow. A lava flow.
That's true. Your feet are melting, though, as you're flowing.
Hey, it does damage.
Yeah, it does.
It does do damage, indeed.
Oh, Odin's going to go forever now.
Obviously, we do have the ultimate as well.
Bye-bye, Odin.
Oh, he's gone for it. Where's he gone?
Bots
Beast.
When you force a bot to move, they just never stop. He's just going to keep running across the world.
Sounds like my ranked teammates.
Oh.
Hey! The Dark Cinder field.
Hindu, damn. That looks good. This skin is by far the coolest effect so far.
Now, obviously, it comes with a voice pack, too.
I mean,
sure
by far,
so listen to
not even
that.
close.
Woo! Excellent. We do all the work. Does it look like I fear you? You're worthy. Stay a while. Smolder is excited to meet you. I don't need a man. My dragon loves me, is loyal, and actually listens when I ask it to. I am the mother of dragons. The other one's just a wannabe.
Damn, son.
Wow.
Shots fired.
Wow.
Wow.
Look,
Wow.
That's fun.
So that's the Scotty one. It's going to be available as one of the gold key purchases behind the vault, but the one that you can get Arena is going to be Dragon's Rage Arena. Is going to be Dragon's Rage Purchase the bundle.
Full-on Dragon Kukulkan.
He's a freaking.
This patch is very dragony.
It feels that way. I can see it.
We really wanted to go with a traditional kind of Western fantasy dragon look for the old Kukulkan.
The Okada looks fantastic. I just hope it represents in game. Oh, yes, it does. Look at
He even has arms.
Arms and legs.
He's got arms.
Kind of feels like a little baby dragon.
I just realized he can now buy boots.
Because of his entire form, he's like a little stunted growth dragon.
Quite different from base.
You know?
Definitely took some extra work.
He was all chained up in his early childhood.
Had to do a lot of work for this one.
So we know he's just a little baby dragon.
Appendages that he used to have that are now gone.
Yeah, he normally has 4 wings, or even more.
Is he unsullied now? Is that what you're trying to tell me? That's why I was confused.
Pretty sweet, though.
No one got the joke.
I missed it.
I said, is he unsullied now because he's losing appendages?
Oh, ouch.
That's what I said.
Yes.
We were following the theme quite clearly, so I just thought I'd
That's
go
sweet.
away.
That fireball is awesome.
You should help Tina
Just
write the
because we have dragons, Pond.
The effects look great, too.
Fireball. Yo, these effects are awesome right now.
Whoosh, 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 dragon.
Nice.
That looks painful.
Oh my god, that's
I like
good.
that secondary spiral around the inner one there, Chuck.
the flame tornado.
That's really good.
Just want to see what it looks like when it fades. Yeah, that was really cool.
All of those animations right now are
someone's been hit by that. And then
really
finally,
good.
Spirit of the Nine Winds.
Dragon of the Nine Winds.
Nice.
They're gonna rename that
Fire
too.
Dragon.
That looks amazing.
It just looks, it's just, yeah, it looks like Kukulkan all of the times when we do the skin, that model up in the air.
It reminds me of a certain scene from a certain show. That's all I'm gonna say.
There was lots of dragon model things before that show. You know?
Sure, but I'm just like, that's just in my brain.
There was lots of things in lots of shows before that. Hindu, please, you're gonna get the skin removed, man. They're gonna copyright dragons.
That wasn't a spoil anyway.
Jeez.
There's dragons in the show.
It's okay. I'm not sure what this recent cultural reference you're making is.
Wait, we need to shut up now because Pom says to be quiet. Hindu spoil. I'm not spoiling.
He's trying
I'll
to do
still
the
enjoy it
voice
when
pack.
I see it.
And you're talking.
Your claws are mighty.
That's a great voice.
I love this voice pack already. That is awesome.
My scales are impenetrable.
That's really good.
I look forward to scraping you off the bottom of my foot. I can rip you apart faster than you can blink. What's red and has claws all over it? You and your friends.
Nice.
I merely chew to scare them, but never swallow. I prefer gods.
Oh. That
looks awesome. Sounds even better in my opinion.
That laugh animation is pretty sweet.
That's,
yeah,
I'll do the clap again.
This skin and the Scotty skin, dude,
Ooh,
are
the
both
Kukulkan
very,
jump
very
looks
good.
really dope on this guy.
He looks
very good.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic. Well, on to the next skin. There's only 2 remaining.
Did Bumble Dick Crumple Snatch voice the skin?
Okay,
Quite possibly.
guys,
Oh, I
look
forgot
at the
about
bottom
this
of the
one.
card art. Do you recognize those people?
We think it's Savannah and Amanda.
It is, and David, all 3 of us.
I believe someone
Is
on
it
Twitter
really?
even pointed that out.
Really? I
Yeah.
haven't
Oh, it
seen
is.
but
Wait, where's David in the
You
middle?
can see
He's
bottom
in the middle,
left.
and
Oh, okay.
when you look at the key art, every person in the audience is one of us 3.
That's
Our
funny.
artist took pictures of us and painted over
That's
us.
so funny.
It came out so cool.
That's
You
nice.
can actually tell, yeah.
Chiron.
That's hilarious.
So
Where did
now
the
I'm going to
idea-
point out we had plenty of badass skins this patch.
My
kids.
goodness.
This is a badass
But
skin.
not everybody likes skulls.
This
and
is amazing.
Dragon armor.
That's true.
I love the
Some
contrast,
people
honestly.
like rainbows and
You can be
unicorns.
sassy.
I love the contrast.
Oh,
It's
he's
great.
He's
That's
got
the
a
word I'd
bag
use.
full of butterflies. I didn't see that until just now.
He has a bag full of
Yeah.
butterflies.
This is magic
Oh
statue
my
from his
god,
massive
that's so funny.
rainbow butterflies.
That's
I'm so
great.
scared about this voice pack
Why
before
not?
we know,
I
but
love
so
it.
far, like,
Those
Look
rainbow
at the
shots.
rainbow
They're
shot.
so
He
good.
shoots.
okay.
He literally
This idea
shoots rainbows.
happened, and then
Oh my
half the
God.
people in the company in the room freaked out, and they were like, "What? I don't know about this."
It took a couple iterations to
know.
get it looking really
We
good.
know.
It did.
Oh,
Can we just do that again for the point?
goodness. Oh, yes. This'll teach you. Oh, I love the rainbow marker.
Masterful.
That's all I've got nothing to say. I'm just in awe right now. So I'm enjoying it.
So rainbowy.
That's great.
I'm just jealous I didn't buy my own unicorn horn so I can match David for Patch Note Show.
I mean, you're not going to be.
I hope it's a big rainbow behind
The
you.
camera
It better
enough
be.
for us to really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Look at the rainbows. If you didn't know where Chiron was, you'll
Loving
see him
it.
now in the
And
distance.
look at his smoky feet. He produces pink smoke wherever he goes.
It's truly a
This skin's
fantastic,
actually-
fabulous skin.
Fabulous.
Oh, that's actually sick looking. What? Does that change colors as it goes? That's so good.
See that again.
When you see these giant rainbow
Oh
arrows
my
flying towards you in the
God.
background, it is terrifying.
That's actually great.
This looks great. I really do like the look of this.
Beautiful
I think it's
and
awful. I want to vomit every time I see it, but I'm vomiting with a smile on my face.
Vomiting
you know?
rainbows,
Some
like the
people can't
Snapchat
handle
filter.
that many colors. We understand. But
I know. I'm just not used to it. Black
I
and
love
black
the
and evil is all I'm
full
used to.
God, come on. It all comes. This one is all about the voice pack, though.
Now, it does come with a voice pack, and like we said earlier, David and Tina wrote this voice pack. So we'll have a nice listening to all the innuendo you could possibly muster
was
into a single voice pack.
It was so much fun sitting in the cube listening to them go back and forth with
Oh, yeah.
ideas. It was like the happiest day in the office.
Okay, let's go, Palm.
David is dancing in the background.
he's very happy.
Call me daddy. Yes, queen. Yes, queen. It's rude to stare. Yes. I don't know her. From Monday to Friday, my body is a temple. From Friday to Sunday, a ruin. I like my men like I like my queen. Whipped.
Oh,
yes.
God.
Wow. Yeah.
That's a voice pack.
We made that, you guys.
We did make
so
that.
good!
Dream Daddy was not even a thing
It wasn't,
when
that's
we decided to do this.
That's
I'm
funny.
just pointing that out.
That's true.
I
That
mean,
is true.
realistically, the turnaround time for a skin normally takes quite a while, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's pretty long.
Oh yeah,
way
months,
before.
months.
Like, we come way ahead of time, but
Those rainbows are
that's
amazing.
Chiron.
Yes, they're
That's
so
so good. That voice pack is
We've seen
great.
plenty of Chirons in the dual lane, especially with the Hunter buffs too. We'll see how that works
been
out.
popular even before that.
I know,
Whether
for
you're
sure.
legitimately enjoying it or trolling, it's your
Everyone's having
choice.
We're all gonna
It's
enjoy
your
just having it
choice.
around.
I guess I'm a Chiron support man.
Next up, Sun Wukong Mastery Skins is the last thing to show
Nobody
you
cares
guys.
about
We
Sun
are going
Wukong
through our
Mastery
usual
Skins.
updates of the Mastery Skins, and it's Sun Wukong's turn.
Oh,
And for that
God.
guy who won't stop tweeting me, we made the Sun Wukong Mastery skins already.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, there's
It's
someone
cool.
there's someone for
Thumbs
every
up.
god that
There
just
is.
tweets us every single patch.
Where
When are
is
the
it?
masteries? When are the masteries? It's like we're planning them as fast as we can. We're sorry.
Well, Sun Wukong, here we go. There you go.
Yeah, I mean it does look amazing.
It does.
though.
It
I mean,
looks great.
I so much prefer this style that we went for, though, than the
Of course.
everybody is gold.
Yes.
Like their
Sort of
skin.
feel. It's like they'd all
Yeah,
been
it's better
having
than
this
being all
touch
the
that
one
was
bright
over
color.
Yes.
the whole time.
It's the way to go for it.
Well,
so.
we've got. And that's
We're
a
making
long
good
story.
progress, but we're
Man.
making good progress. That's all that matters.
Well, here's a look at the legendary.
Legendary
as well,
skins are all that
black and
matter in
gold.
Smite.
My favorite is definitely the black and gold.
Oh yeah.
They're
Always
way
been.
better than the other versions.
He looks great. And then finally, last but not least, we do
Way
have
better.
the diamond one as well. Because diamonds are forever.
And so is Sun Wukong because he's really hard to kill.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
he is.
Great balancing AJ.
His mobility is a unique facet from the warrior
So,
class.
are you saying you think Sun Wukong is in the top 10 win rate?
I don't know. I don't know.
He's not.
I'd say he is.
How is he not?
I
the
don't
number
know.
one
Place it better
seller.
than he is.
I know the answer, but I'm not going to say it. So let's just move on.
It's either I'm wrong or Chuck's wrong. Neither of us want to be wrong. But that's it for skins. That's all the skins, though. And
Solid skins. Solid skins this
we'll,
patch.
yeah, we'll end
Some
on that
summer.
diamond.
Man.
Ox.
Diamond Ox, indeed. Well, before I let you go, we've still got a bit of a Q&A session. I'm going to have it.
Nobody cares about the Q&A session. Thank you guys for watching. There was actually some really good skins. As far as the patch actual changes go, decent RDO nerfs should still be super strong. Decent changes to hunter items. I don't think hunters are going to pick up Devo gloves unless you pick it up at level 1 because of the 50 gold change, so you can pick it up and get 2 pots. It still seems like you're just going to go Aussie now because of the Aussie buff, or just get no lifesteal period like hunters were already doing with no lifesteal. But Executioner got a nice buff. Titan's Bane and Obsidian Shard both getting nice buffs. No real god crazy changes outside of RDO. Freya getting a little tiny nerf, but she'll still be fine with her items. Just won't be like probably first ban every game like she is now. Other than that, pretty solid patch with 3 top tier skins. That Chiron skin, the Kukulkan skin, and the Scotty skin. All top tier. All very good. I'm going to buy them all because high res gives me gems. Woo! But thank you guys for coming out to stream. I appreciate it. And as always, have a twitching day, y'all.